Sean.
Mike?
What is this? A crossover episode? Yowza, yowza, bobowza. Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. It is What Is This, a crossover episode, the BoJack Horseman podcast, starring the Squid Boys, your favorite Ganbu. Me, I'm Mike.
I'm Sean. It's really funny. Every time that we get together to record this, I always remember the opening, but anytime it's time to do Squid Game.
Yeah, well, you have a lot more heavy lifting to do with Squid Game on that.
I was going to say, the opening for Squid Game is way better, and I don't remember it.
Well, yeah, it's just the rules of the Squid Game, right?
Yeah, I just, I feel like we really, we hit that one well. You know what I'm saying? I think we did a good job on that one.
Yeah.
And on this one, I go, yowza, yowza. Oh, no, you go, yowza, yowza, bowza.
You don't even know what you do in this one.
Also, I'm sure people can tell because it must be a little bit different every time, but we do the intro every time.
Right. Well, yeah, I was thinking about that because I was editing the 6 episodos that we did before this finally.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I really could just use the same intro every time, but every time I cut out us saying, what is this, a crossover episode, and match it to the animation, and then I do it every time.
I love it because every time I think we could just record ourselves doing this and use it every time, but we don't.
No, we don't.
But you know what? I think it fits, the podcast better the way.
Yeah. Sean, when do you think the last time? Don't look, but when do you think the last time we recorded it was?
I think it was in July.
It was, in fact, in July. It is
crazy.
November, and we are scrambling to finish this season for 2 reasons. One, because people have been hounding me on every single podcast I do. It'll be okay, here's a Squid Game Season 1 remaster. When's BoJack? It'll be Second Breakfast with Jason and Swarls. When's BoJack? So thank you, everybody, for wanting this show.
Yeah.
We're I'm not even gonna try to pretend that we're not gonna do season 5 as disjointed as season 4.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we've tried to pretend every time, and it just never turns out that way. But here we are.
I do think this is where it's good that we don't start releasing the season until we've done most, if not all of it.
Yes.
Because then you guys would be even more mad.
Right. We are releasing the first episode on Monday, though, Sean.
I know. We are releasing the first episode on Monday. We have Squid Game coming up.
Which means nothing to anybody.
No. Well, except for us, where it means, shit, we actually need to finish the season.
Yeah, true.
Since the last time we recorded, I'm in a new apartment.
Yeah, I can hear the acoustics. They're way different.
Are they really?
No, not at all.
Okay. I was gonna say, because it's the same. I'm in the same building. It's the same model of apartment. I'm just facing a different direction.
I can't believe I got you with that one.
That's crazy.
All right, so today we are covering season 4, episode 7 of BoJack Horseman, titled Underground. Very aptly titled. Do you have any overarching thoughts on this episode before I start going through all the nonsense that we fucking do?
I really liked this episode. I told you before we started, I doubled my notes when I watched it again for today, because I had half a page of notes when I watched it in July, and now I have a page and a half. So I think I liked it more on a rewatch.
Wow. Okay. I've seen this episode probably 4 times since July, because there were multiple times where we were going to record this episode and we haven't till now.
Yeah.
But I like this episode. I think it's a good episode. I think it's mostly filler surrounding, BoJack reconnecting with Diane.
I think it's a good
which is
bringing
the
us
important
back
part.
episode though.
Yeah, definitely. After a heavy episode like Stupid Piece of Shit, it's you know.
This is very much like what BoJack is.
Yes, 100%.
For a lot of the
All
time.
right, so Edvis, our in-house reviewer here at What Is This a Crossover Episode, the official reviewer of What Is This a Crossover Episode, gave this one an 8 out of 10.
Pay him? I don't know if I want to say official.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Edvis probably doesn't. He's probably not alive anymore. He gave this one an 8 out of 10 and said it was a really crazy episode, not as good as others.
Oh, okay. What a fucking.
And he got 27 downvotes.
Okay, I don't know if that deserves 27 downvotes.
No. You get what you fucking deserve, Edvis.
You get what you fucking deserve. Yeah.
And this episode was released on September 8th, 2017.
Really? That's crazy.
I had noted to Sean that because we had such gaps in recording that we made some of the same jokes about this stuff. So let's see if Sean makes the same jokes times 3.
Because I have no idea what the jokes
he has no idea. So
I also have no idea what happened on this day.
On this day, Catherine Hardy Lavender, American athlete, she won the Olympic gold in the 4x100 meter in 1952, dies at 87.
Okay. Pog.
Don Williams, American country singer known for the song I Believe in You, dies from emphysema at 78.
That's crazy.
Isabel Daniels, American sprinter, she won the Olympic bronze in 56, dies at 80.
Good for her.
And Pierre Berger, French industrialist and co-founder of Yves Saint Laurent Culture House, dies at 86.
That's really close to being what the kids find funny,
86?
Yeah, it's real. It
is not even close to 6'7".
By the way, can somebody comment and explain what that means to me?
No
Wait,
one knows.
Have I ever made a joke like, oh man, he got 86? Have I made that joke before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, he did get 86.
Well, wouldn't that be more funny if he was like a food guy?
I guess. Are any of my jokes funny?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, my apologies. The number one song in the UK was Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift. Shout out to all the Swifties out there. And the number one song in the US was Despacito by Luis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, featuring Justin Bieber.
Are you fucking with me? Is this the same list that you do every time?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because I don't.
Yes, because I want you to know.
I can't even think of any jokes.
The joke I repeated.
Yeah.
Was. We talked about how Despacito is known for, Alexa, play Despacito, right?
Oh yeah.
And then I said Xbox on the first time, and we laughed about it. And then the second time I said it, and it somehow activated the Xbox app on my phone. And then Siri, because I was like, Siri just vibrated in my pocket because I said her name. I was like, Siri, play Despacito. Alexa, play Despacito. Xbox on. And you're like, oh no, the people at home. And then my phone started opening the Xbox app. So that's how I know this is the same list that we did every time.
Give it a few years, we're not going to have to worry about turning on people's Xboxes by accident.
Why? Because the world will be ended?
No, because they're not fucking making them anymore. They're not even selling.
Are you sure the world won't be ended?
I mean, that's probably the real answer, but I was trying to keep it light, silly horseman show.
Sure. All right, so this episode got an 8.1 on IMDb. I didn't mention that.
Okay, I think that's pretty good.
Mr. Peanut Butter's posh campaign fundraiser takes a terrifying turn as chaos swirls around them. Bojack and Diane get drunk.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. This is a there are two plots to this episode, but they're all kind of interchanged in some way. What one nitpick I have of this episode, and I know we're talking about funny cartoon horse show, but I don't know that the timeline of what Princess Carolyn and Todd do lines up with the timeline.
It doesn't make any
fucking
sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Like, they're down there for over a week, but it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't. Every time I watch this episode, I think that, I'm like, wait, so they've been walking in this tunnel for multiple days? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wait, what? It doesn't make a ton of sense.
You can tell that they did that plot line separately.
Yeah.
And then we're like, all right, where pacing wise, maybe not like narrative wise, but pacing wise, where do we cut to them?
Right. Right.
And so it definitely feels like, because there's a point where they're like, we got to get rid of them. And then like 4 days pass and you're like, why are we doing it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this episode actually opens with Bojack calling Diane. And he says he's back in LA and I should have called you. And she's pissed. She's like, yeah, you should have called me. She doesn't really even let him talk. Good to hear from you, Bojack.
Enough.
And she hangs up. Yeah. And he goes, I apologize. And she goes, no, you didn't. Because he actually didn't apologize. Classic Bojack.
I didn't realize that this was the first time that he's calling her since coming back. Like episode 7. Like that's over half the season.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, and when you consider he wasn't in episode 1.
Yeah.
But it's still quite a bit of time has passed because he was gone for a while in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
And he's been running around with Hollyhock and doing all this stuff. So he's like, that's not good enough for him. So he pulls up to the Peanut Butter residence where they are having a fundraising gala for his campaign.
Mr. Peanut Butter has a great line where he's like, it's just one of my favorite running jokes in the series. He's just, Erica, look at you with the right number of years.
Yeah, Erica. I don't know if we ever see Erica. I don't remember, but we should.
You know what? I'm actually gonna take the opposite stance. I don't know that you could ever like pay that off if you show her like in a satisfying way. I'm gonna say I don't think we should ever see Erica.
So it's like in like a scary movie when you don't see the monster and then they show the monster and you're kind of like, oh, they should have not shown the monster.
Yeah, maybe a bit like that. I was also just thinking like, I don't think there's anything funnier you can do with her in person than Peanut Butter's off-screen, retorts.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So Bojack pays a lot of money to get in here. He didn't know this was going on, but Mr. Peanut Butter, kind of says, hey, no, sorry, you gotta come in. Thanks for the support, buddy, before you can say anything. And then he says the Erica line. So Bojack is pissed that he's paying $20,000 to get into this house just to talk to Diane, but he writes the check. And we cut to inside where this is the setup Princess Carolyn's B plot here. She has to go to the bathroom, but it's definitely not because she's pregnant, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely not because she's pregnant. And Diane says, hey, there's a bathroom in the pool house. Bojack shows up with Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter, and Mr. Peanut Butter is like, hey, my work wife ex-wife is talking to my other ex-wife because Jessica Biel is also here, played by Jessica Biel again.
Mm-hmm.
And they really do a crazy job in this episode. Like, Jessica Biel is a good sport for doing this, right?
Yeah,
because they definitely paint her as a very not great person.
Yeah.
But I also I almost think it goes too far. Like, I almost think it's like
a little too mean.
Right. It's like, oh my God, like I hate Jessica Biel now. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't really have an opinion on Jessica Biel before this.
But now it's
I think maybe I thought she was pretty attractive at one point, as a horny teenager or something. Mm-hmm. But now I'm like, oh my God, I hate her.
I don't think I can actually think of anything that I've seen her in besides this.
The thing I think of besides this is I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah, okay.
Because she's in that movie, I think, and there's like a scene where, Adam Sandler's supposed to be gay, right? He's pretending to be gay.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like either coming on to him or she's like wearing very skimpy clothing, and it's supposed to be like, oh, she's so hot, and he has to still be gay, that's the because he's I didn't remember the plot why he has to be gay, but he has to be gay.
I have to say, I think I've heard you bring up I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry on this podcast.
I think it's probably because Jessica Biel. I think that's probably why.
It's probably why. I just think that's funny.
I'm pretty sure that's like the only part of. I just know the I haven't seen that. I saw that movie once, and it was a long time ago. But the scene I always see on the internet that people post is when Adam Sandler, like, it's the beginning of the movie, and they're like trying to prove, hey, this guy's a fucking ladies' man, right?
Yeah.
And he's got like 2 women that show up pissed at him because they're sisters, and he's having sex with both of them. And he's like in front of all his buddies, and they're like yelling at him through a fence. And then he like turns it into he's gonna have sex with both of them later, and they're fine. And it's like, oh, what a fucking ladies' man Adam Sandler is. It's like, you fucking wrote that, you piece of shit. What's wrong with you?
Of course he did.
Like, you're a fucking loser, dude. Like,
I
mean,
I have to say,
it's so weird.
I'm looking at I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Adam. I said Adam Driver. Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler not credited in any way in terms of screenplays.
Yeah, but he added that.
Yeah, I know.
He did.
There's a line in here when just everybody's talking at the fundraiser and stuff where Mr. Peanut Butter hits on Diane, and Diane goes back, I must be in Nazi Germany because you're not so bad yourself. Yes.
Yeah, she's trying to do the Mr. Peanut Butter thing, but that didn't go very well.
I was like, holy shit. That's a what is this, a crossover episode joke.
Yeah, definitely. So Bojack tries to talk to Diane, and she blows him off, and she's like, get a drink. He goes, I will get a $20,000 drink. And he's like just eating all the food he can. And then we get kind of a establishing shot of this party where we're going around the room and meeting some people. Pinky Penguin's there. Famous Hollywood actor Zach Braff is here, and he's going around introducing himself to people, shaking their hands. Famous actor Zach Braff, how you doing? Played by Zach Braff.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Another person who I think this is the only thing I've seen him in.
Zach Braff, you never watched Scrubs?
I never watched Scrubs.
I never have either.
Okay, yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to the only thing I see him in are the fucking annoying T-Mobile commercials.
Oh, sorry. I know him as Chicken Little.
Oh, yeah, he is Chicken Little. You're right. That is what I know him from too.
Yeah.
Chicken Little.
Yeah.
So Mr. Peanut Butter goes to give a speech about how they're going to beat Woodchuck Berkowitz. People are booing Woodchuck. His speech is about how they're going to bring likability back to politics.
Yeah.
It's like, sure.
His pro-fracking pals are here.
Yep. A large elephant man is there to represent the fracking people. And he says, my wife said don't frack, but we did it anyway, and it all worked out. Love you, sweetie. And she's just kind of like, okay. And then right as he's done saying that, he senses an earthquake, as dogs apparently can do. And he senses it on and off a couple times for comedic sake. He says, no, that's wrong. There's no earthquake. I'm the dog who cried earthquake.
Yeah.
And then his house starts to fall into the ground. And everybody has this moment of, oh my God, I'm going to die. And people start screaming their regrets for some reason.
Yeah, there's some really good ones.
Yeah. I have so many regrets. I just picked up a family sitcom where the mom is a zombie. It's called Mombi, and it's terrible. Pinky Penguin. Then we meet the guy. I don't think they ever give him a name, but this guy has a condition where every time he senses a shift in power dynamics, he orgasms. He's a tiny little orgasm.
Isn't that Zach Braff?
No, it's not Zach Braff. It is a different. He looks a lot like Zach Braff.
Oh, okay.
Like the character they drew for him looks a lot like the one they did for Zach Braff, but it is not Zach Braff. They're in fact two different people.
Okay.
The parrot repeats, has no original ideas. Zach Braff is hanging from a chandelier and says, "I tried gay at a theater camp."
Yeah.
And then Diane screams, "I regret everything."
It's crazy.
And it's kind of one of those moments where you're at a public place, maybe a restaurant, and you say something highly personal when the music cuts out.
Yeah.
And you feel like everybody can hear you because the earthquake kind of stops.
Yeah.
And everybody looks around and everybody's like, "Oh," and then it falls into the underground. Corgi Valet just kind of has to stand there and take it. And that's where we get the intro. Kind of a long intro for a BoJack episode.
Yeah. I think it's good though. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. They start framing the episode by day, and so they go day 1, and everybody's kind of collecting themselves, turning on their flashlights. The Firefly turns on his ass. Zach Braff is going to continue to walk around for the next few minutes saying, "Can someone validate my ticket?"
Yeah.
Jessica Biel immediately wants to set people on fire. And Katrina pulls Mr. Peanut Butter aside and is trying to make this a leadership moment for him.
How quickly do you think you'd go to let's set people on fire?
I don't know that I'd ever get there. I just don't think setting anything on fire when you're underground is a great idea. And
I think I could be convinced.
Mr. P, yeah, you would start setting people on fire?
I think I could be convinced. Oh, no. I think if everybody was like, you know what? Let's do a little fire. I think there's a certain point.
There's a certain point where the mob mentality takes over, and you go, well, hey, they're not setting me on fire, so.
Hey, don't call me a fucking mob. I'll kill you.
Oh, okay.
That's a reference. We'll get to it in 10 minutes or something.
Is it?
They say that later in the episode.
Oh, I don't remember that. Who says that?
Yeah. I don't remember. One of the people says it, and he's like, he called us a mob. Let's kill him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it wasn't. Yeah. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah. So Mr. Peanut Butter kind of does a poor job, and everybody starts panicking about oxygen. And then he finds Diane and asks her if she's okay, and he goes, "Good thing there's no one to blame for this. Well, except for San Andreas." And she's like, she gets pissed because she's like, "No, this is because you fracked under a house. I told you it was dangerous. You didn't listen. And now our house is ruined, and we're trapped underground, and we're all going to die." And he's like, "Is this one of our sexy fights?" And she's, "No." So he's in the doghouse, pun intended.
Oh.
And then
thank you. What remains of the doghouse.
Yeah. So she walks into another room, and BoJack is in there with all of the booze.
Yeah. Pretty smart.
All of the booze.
If I'm being honest.
Yes.
Pretty clever.
And he says, you can yell at me or you can get drunk with me, but you can't do both. And she goes, "Watch me," and starts drinking.
Yeah.
We then cut to Princess Carolyn, in which apparently also the pool house fell. We hear Todd go, "Hello," and Todd's in the bath.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Didn't you know there was a huge party?" And he goes, "I was going to go to the party after my bath, but then I realized the bath was the party." So he's in a towel the whole episode. And Princess Carolyn's like, "Hey, I'm not going to sit around and wait to get rescued. Let's go find help." And they enter like a mine shaft.
She makes a joke where she's like, sometimes life is like the second season of Friday Night Lights. You got to push through and hope there's better stuff ahead. Hi, I'm young. Can you modernize this for me? What's the equivalent of this joke that I would get?
Well, I mean, I think you can get this joke. I've never watched Friday Night Lights. I've seen the movie. I've never watched the show. But I think famously the show starts off pretty good, and then the second season's really bad, but then it improves after that. I think that's like, the joke.
It's like Daredevil. It's like you got to get through season 2.
Is that a fair comparison? Because it was Friday Night Lights like rebooted, and then the reboot was gutted before it was released, so it's something completely different. I don't know.
No. I'm talking about the original Daredevil. Like
Ben
the
Affleck?
fucking like the season with fucking Punisher and Elektra. The Netflix season 2.
Yeah, that one's bad?
Yeah, I mean it's not anywhere as good as the first one. Or the third one.
Is the third one better?
Oh my god, the third one's like the best season of the whole show.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I feel that way.
The third season is like one of the best.
Sure,
it might be the best season of superhero television ever.
For your purposes, yes, that is the comparison.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So we cut back to everybody in the house, and Mr. Peanut Butter's trying to calm everybody down. You know, Katrina's trying to prop him up about like, let's hear what this idiot has to say. But Mr. Peanut Butter says, hey, some of us are very important celebrities, so someone will come for us soon. And for you regulars, I'm sure they'll bring you up with us. And he goes, why don't we put on a show? We're actors, to waste to waste time. And the parrot girl goes, a show? Who will be the star? Me, I assume. It's like, who the fuck are you? And so then they start, it cuts, I think, I don't remember how long the time cut is. 2 days? And they're all just like sharing. Yeah, sharing stories, and Jessica Biel's had enough. This is the longest she's gone without moisturizing, and I feel like a lizard. No offense, there's a lizard guy there.
We gotta light someone on fire.
Yeah, she's gotta light someone on fire. Everybody's lamenting. The parrot calls her, I think, less famous Michelle Monaghan or whatever is right. They keep insulting Jessica Biel constantly.
Zach Braff comes back in. He's like, it's a silver Prius. Has anybody seen it? It's a silver Prius.
Yeah, he's been doing this for the last 3 days. See, like, I feel like, okay, this is like a perfect point to me. The Jessica Biel stuff gets too mean, where like Zach Braff walking around being like a buffoon, like, I think that's like good lampooning of yourself, where this is like, yeah, she's not famous, she sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like I said, I think if you compare the two portrayals of the celebrities, one of them is taken way too far, and the other one is just kind of cool. That's kind of funny,
It's difficult because Zach Braff is a joke, and Jessica Biel, I would say, is a villain.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it's a little like, I'd be curious to see if she's talked at all about her role in this.
Yeah, maybe she had like a BoJack interview. So I don't know why that was so funny to me. There's some rumbling.
I mean, what the fuck else? What other fucking role is she getting interviewed about? Like, come on.
Exactly. No, that's why I laughed. Woodchuck Berkowitz is here to save the day. He digs through and is like, haha, I'm here. And
Mr. Peanut Butter goes, oh, thank God, a leader.
Yeah, oh, thank God, a leader. And Diane and BoJack enter from scene right here, and they are hammered.
Oh, yeah.
And Diane, like, Allison Brie has some of the best drunk person dialogue in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, the way she, like, says things and slurs things
makes
really
me
good. Laugh. There's one point, I'll just mention it now, where later she asks BoJack, did you know I could jungle? And starts juggling.
Yeah.
And I say that all the time in my regular life. I can't juggle, but I just find ways to go, did you know I could jungle? And it's just so funny to me. Mr. Peanut Butter's like, hey, have you been getting drunk with BoJack this whole time? And she goes, what? I'm still mad at you. And BoJack is just like laughing. But,
I'm
it's like
here.
It's a very good portrayal of drunk people.
Yeah.
When two people are drunk and no one else is,
Yeah.
But Woodchuck takes over again, and he's like telling everybody to be calm. Rescue workers are coming, but it could be a while. State emergency funds have been depleted due to budget overruns on a costly bridge to Hawaii that's being constructed. But since a woodchuck is a digging animal, I came to get you out early. And Diane's like, is that what a woodchuck is? Why did I think it was like a beaver? And then Mr. Peanut Butter asks, like, hey, what's it like out there? Is the city in chaos? And he's like, no, it's really just your house because of the fracking. Because, of course, Mr. Peanut Butter thinks it's like some apocalyptic like thing that's happened.
Yeah. No, you're just an idiot.
Katrina Peanut Butter is always constantly worried about how Mr. Peanut Butter comes off versus Woodchuck for the selection. And when you think about it, letting Woodchuck save everybody here doesn't really matter because it's a handful of people, right? But she's just like, no, he can't look worse. And so she starts.
I mean, I don't know. I would say I think that like I don't know if you want like the picture of him getting them all out.
Right.
I have to imagine in her mind like there's media out there or something.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like,
we see later that's
get
not
pictures.
No one
it's
really
not the
cares
case
about this.
But I have to imagine they think that everybody cares and that there's gonna be like, photographers and stuff. And there's the heroic picture of Woodchuck leading them all out of the. Also, maybe I'm overthinking of it.
Yeah.
But
you might be right.
I might be.
So
it might be crazy.
Katrina questions him like, "Oh, this is really convenient that you're here to save the day," and he goes, "No, I'm doing this outside of politics." And Mr. Peanut Butter goes, "Let's all give a cheer for Woodchuck! Hip hip hooray!" And everybody does. And he's like, "Hey, we shouldn't do that. Like, this is going to. The
tunnel is very delicate."
Yeah. And they do it, and it stops, and Woodchuck's like, "Woo!" And Mr. Peanut is like, "Let's cheer one more time. Just for fun." 4 cheers, why not? And then
let's take a silly one.
And Woodchuck tries to leave, and rocks fall on his hand, crushing his hands.
One of the more painful things to see in this show. We don't normally see something like that.
Yeah. So we cut to this is where I start to have a problem with Todd and Princess Carolyn here.
Yeah.
Because we cut to them and they've been walking for 3 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what? Her phone would be dead. She's like using her phone as a light. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
I wonder if they ever considered like either moving this up or maybe just doing a quick like earlier title card.
Yeah.
As they cut to them or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It is odd.
Also, I this is the point where I go, hey, nerds, it's just a fucking show. Like, relax. You know what I mean? But it definitely...
We're the nerds.
Yeah, we are the nerds. We do learn that Princess Carolyn kept her old apartment, and she offers Todd to crash there instead of... Because he's like, I'm not going to have anywhere to live now.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the important part of this. And then they get... Now,
hang on a second. I think there's something more important than that.
Okay, go ahead.
We find out that Todd is very concerned about all the different colored hats that he never wears.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is important.
And I'm curious if you have like an equivalent to that.
If I have an equivalent for me?
Yeah. Is there like an equivalent to a bunch of different colored hats that you never wear for you in your life?
No, I don't think so. I think I wear most of my clothes.
Okay. Is there nothing else that you own that you're like...
Okay, I got one for you. I bought this, like, hoodie, right?
Okay.
That, like, is really thin. It's supposed to be, like, a workout hoodie, right?
Okay.
And it has, like, a collar that it's kind of, like, it's purposely uneven.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it folds over the zipper.
Yeah,
and then it has, and then it's like kind of longer at the bottom. It has like a tail almost.
Okay.
And I'm always like, I bought it and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this. And then every time I pull it out of my closet, I'm like, I'm not fucking wearing this. This looks ridiculous. I'm not wearing this. But part of me wants to wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because it's kind of like anime. It's kind of like
it is. It does sound kind of anime. As you were describing it, I was wondering if you were referencing something. I was
no, that it's a legitimate thing in my closet that I've pulled out multiple times. Then been like, nah.
You should wear it on stream one day.
Or looked at it and been like, next time, baby.
Next time, baby. Oh no, you're gonna be recast.
Yeah,
BoJack season 5 is gonna start, and it's gonna be
who would you
Fabio
recast
here.
me with?
I think it's gonna be Fabio.
Oh man, Yikes. Market corrected by Fabio. That's not good. That's not a good look for me.
I think we both get recast.
Well, no, I think you already got recasted on Second Breakfast, so
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Sean was asking for too much money.
In my contract, we're not supposed to talk about that. So,
I apologize. Sorry. Sorry. Cut this out, editor.
Yeah.
We definitely have editors that edit this,
editor,
not me.
Yeah. If somebody could just cut this, that'd be great. Yeah.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. If we could just not talk about those snake bastards, Jason and Swarls, that'd be great.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm not super familiar with the situation, but I do think the decision to recast you came from Embrace Your Group, not Jason.
Well, I'm still gonna call them snake bastards, even though neither of them will ever listen to this, so they're never gonna hear this joke.
No, I don't.
Hey, whoever's listening to this, just go ahead and let them know that I made this joke.
Well, no one's gonna hear it because we're cutting it out.
Oh, right.
Yeah, totally. Editor, cut this out.
Yeah. Hey, cut that one out.
Anyway, they get surrounded by ant people.
The dream.
And Todd goes, what are we gonna do, Princess Carolyn? And they all stop. They're like, you're a princess? And she's like, well, that's just my name. I'm a manager. And we get the running bit of like an agent. And she's like, it's totally different. And he's like, is it though? Which is a running bit. And they're excited because she negotiates deals, and you could be of service, Manager Carolyn. And the ants kind of surround them, and we cut back to the party, and Woodchuck's hands are mangled.
Yeah, they don't look good.
He goes, I can't dig us out now, and Mr. Peanut's like, well, I can dig, and Pinky Penguin chimes in. He's like, the foundation is basically Swiss cheese. The slightest provocation could cause it to collapse and crush us all. I know about that because I bought a sitcom about fracking, The Frack Shack. It's New Girl Meets Fracking. Oh, God, no one's going to watch that show, huh?
I will be astounded if he lives to the end of this series.
Pinky Penguin?
Yeah. I think one day it's going to be too much for him.
You know, I'm trying to recollect past this in my memory. I don't know that he ever shows up again. He could. He could be in 10 episodes. He could be in 0. I have no recollection of Pinky Penguin after this.
I don't think his life is going to turn around the way that he wants it to.
Yeah, probably not. They tape pillows on Woodchuck's hands, and he's like, hey, we got to organize and parcel out food and water, and I'll assign team leaders. And then Orgasm Guy jumps in, oh, no, I'm sensing a shift in power. And I got to ask this question.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he earlier describes it as whenever I sense a shift in power, I have a tiny orgasm.
Yeah.
Brother goes full holding his crotch and drops to his knees. Would you consider that a tiny orgasm?
You know, look, I can't tell him how to live his life. You know?
Yeah, I just think that's not a tiny orgasm.
Hey, maybe he's having crazy orgasms elsewhere. Maybe to him,
I guess that's true.
That is tiny.
Yeah, maybe he explodes, like literally.
He's fucking, his body regenerates from the largest remaining.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like the animation is nuts. Like he like falls to the floor.
They might do it insane. One too many times.
No, I like this bit. I think this is a good bit. I had to ask the question about tiny orgasm because like that's not a tiny orgasm.
I mean, you know, listeners.
Yeah, weigh in. Have you ever had an orgasm that made you drop to your knees?
Yeah.
Like involuntarily.
And would you describe that as tiny?
Would you describe it as tiny? I don't think I would. Yeah, everybody comment on that, please. Thank you.
Speaking of relatable sequences, the next scene, Bojack goes into the room with Diane, and she's not doing well. And he has a line of, too much sad booze for you. Where's the happy booze? And I've never experienced a situation like that ever.
You never have, huh?
No. Mike has never been there.
That's
when multiple people were having an experience like that.
That's an interesting thing. Before we get to that though, we see it's the next day and everything's kind of working in harmony because Woodchuck is a good leader, and he made Mr. Peanut Butter the food captain, and so he is like handing out rations to people. But Katrina does not like this. Because Woodchuck is in charge, and he made Mr. Peanut Butter the food captain. And so before Bojack goes in that room, he is like taking all kinds of food, and he gets called out by Woodchuck. But Katrina uses this as an opportunity to put Mr. Peanut Butter in charge. Mm-hmm. And he nonsensically yells at, Woodchuck, and Woodchuck's like, well, this guy's already reached his portion for the day. And so they kind of start mobbing Woodchuck here. And that's when Bojack's hey, I'm out of here.
Don't call them a mob.
Right. And then while this is happening, Orgasm Guy is in the front of the screen. He goes, keep it together, keep it together. And then that's when we get to Bojack walking in the room where Diane has had too much sad booze, similar to a way Sean has in the past.
No,
or not,
never.
Not has.
Never. Nobody's ever experienced that.
She is drinking Guten bourbon, which is a reference to earlier Bojack. He is munching on food that he stole. And they're just having, she's very much lamenting her life, and Bojack's trying to cheer her up. He goes, no, your life's not bad. You have a good job. You have a good husband, blah, blah, blah. And she's, you're right. I'm never happy with anything. I'm the problem. And
he's really not good at this.
No. And she goes, am I busted? Like she's doing a really good job of sounding like a drunk crying person. She says she's a pit that good things fall into. And he's like, you're not a pit. She's like, I'm a pit. And he's like, oh, this is a bummer. And then she, like most drunk people do, she goes, I can't believe I'm crying. This is so dumb.
One of the things though about this whole episode that I actually am very happy about is there is very easily a version of this episode where they're like, oh yeah, let's ramp up the drama. Let's have them sleep together.
Right. Right.
Like that very easily could have happened, and they never go for that.
Right.
And I very much appreciate that.
They do maybe she gives him enough for in his mind to maybe go, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Because
they
right
definitely
now,
it's bad, but it's not like cartoonishly bad.
Right. So, because they talk about why didn't you call me when you got back to LA? And he's like, I didn't feel like I was good enough for you. And, basically to sum it up what he says. And she goes, you don't need to be good enough for me. Like, I need you in my life. You're the biggest asshole I know. You're the only thing that makes sense to me. And she puts her head on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's not going to be good.
And you can see by his facial expression, he's kind of like, oh, okay. And he smiles.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's tough. We cut back to Mr. Peanut Butter leading the mob, and Woodchuck's like, people need boundaries. Leadership means you need to be a bad guy. And Katrina goes, you hear that? Woodchuck's a bad guy.
Bad guy.
The stupidest mob logic. And they start doing this points bit where Mr. Peanut Butter goes, well, I'm the good guy, so that's 2 points for me. And Woodchuck's like, what are points? And he goes, there should be points, right? And people like the points I do, so that's another point for me. And then Woodchuck's like, surely I get points for coming down here to save you. Asking for points is conceited. That's more points for me. Just nothing this guy can do to win. And then they point out, hey, if you came down here to save us, why are we still here? Yeah, you had one job and you couldn't do it. And then that's what he says, I implore you not to fall into a mob mentality. And the Firefly goes, he called us a mob, let's kill him. And we're like, yeah. And then Mr. Peanut Butter's like, well, hold on. We don't need to kill him, but maybe it's time I took control. An outsider like me took control. The guy whose house this is.
Yeah.
And they're all like, peanut butter. Peanut butter. Yeah. And so this does not go well for Mr. Berkowitz.
Probably Probably still a more stable political situation than the one that we find ourselves.
Yeah, probably.
Did you ever like when this show came out? Did you ever like watch this episode and think like, man, I wish it was like this? Did you ever think that? You ever think that was gonna happen?
That I wish that BoJack was like that life was like BoJack.
No, yeah, like this specific scenario.
Yeah, no, I don't. We cut back to BoJack and Diane, who have fallen asleep, and this is when she says, "Did you know I could jungle?" And he goes, "Cool." And so they're out of alcohol basically, and then he starts going through like, it's been a rough couple of years for me with Sarah Lynn and Herb, and she goes, "And Corduroy?" And he's like, "Who?" And she's like,
"Oh yeah,
Corduroy Jackson died of autoerotic," and he's like, "Oh yeah, him." And then he also says, "I have this girl at my house, like a daughter type," and she goes, "Daughter, Rutro," and he goes, "Yeah, Rutro." And so he's kind of telling her about Hollyhock, and Diane has some experience in people in adoption, and talks to him about a mutual consent. What the fuck? A mutual adoption consent form where if the mom says she wants to meet the daughter and the daughter says she wants to meet the daughter, they can both fill out a form, and if they match, they can kind of like Tinder in a way. Like you both swipe right, but if one of them swipes left.
What the fuck do you mean like Tinder?
It's just, you don't know if someone liked you unless you like them back.
Yeah, I guess. We will be taking auditions for the new Michael SpikeGhetti.
No, I'm not going anywhere. This is my show.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm fucking leaving. So, that's the kind of the part of this episode where they're like, hey, this is going to move forward the plot for the next episode. So then we cut back to Princess Carolyn and Todd, who are time traveling, and they're led to Queen Antonia, who is played by RuPaul of
that's
Drag
cool.
Race, Drag Race fame.
Yeah.
And Princess Carolyn is negotiating a deal for these ants to have sex with the Queen's drones.
I actually think it's pretty cool that like we get to see Princess Carolyn like using her skills.
Yeah.
Like she's good at her job.
She is.
And I feel like sometimes in the hilarity of it all, we kind of lose that a little bit.
Well, I think because she hasn't done a great job of how she deals with like BoJack in the past.
Yeah.
It's easy to be like, oh, she's incompetent, but she's actually really good at her job.
Yeah.
She just lets other things get in the way sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where she brings up Jeffrey Katzenberg, and you said you fell down a Jeffrey Katzenberg rabbit hole here.
I did fall down a little bit of a Jeffrey Katzenberg rabbit hole. I just thought this was a funny joke. I don't know all the details of the Jeffrey Katzenberg thing, but he was the chairman of Walt Disney Studios from like the 80s to the 90s. And then he went and co-founded DreamWorks. But there was all this internal drama at Disney between Jeffrey Katzenberg, Michael Eisner, and like Walt Disney's nephew, because they thought that he was taking way too much credit for the success of the animated films, which 84 to 94, like there's some bangers in there, Mm-hmm. And it ended with him leaving. So it's the kind of like Hollywood joke that I always find really funny. Like I really like shit like The Studio on Apple TV Plus. So when they made that joke, I was like, I'm vaguely familiar with Jeffrey Katzenberg. Let me look this up and see what this joke is about. And then I read way too much about 90s Disney politics.
Yeah. So we cut back to the party, and Mr. Peanut Butter is declared president of Underground for life. And they're like, yeah, let's kill Woodchuck again. And he's like, what? We don't need to kill Woodchuck, but we just need to tie him up where he can't hurt us with his dangerous ideas. And then Mr. Peanut Butter, as his first act of president for life, declares that everybody can eat as much food as they fucking want. Day 7 comes along, and all the food is gone, and everybody's hungry. People are licking plates and eating scraps. and it's very obvious that Mr. Peanut Butter is not a good leader, and Woodchuck was doing a pretty decent job. Yeah, imagine.
Whoa, what a shocker!
Woodchuck is comically tied to the ceiling fan, which is funny because I said we need to tie him up where he can't hurt us with his dangerous ideas. He can still, he's in the middle of the room and he can talk to you.
Yeah, but he can't hurt us with his dangerous ideas anymore. So
right. And Jessica Biel's had enough because she's hungry, and this is where she starts to take control. And she goes, "We need to kill somebody and eat them." And this lobster guy is a fucking genius because I think most people would go, "Let's eat this lobster," right?
Yeah.
And he goes,
"Well, they do. They all start to kind of look at him a little bit."
And he goes, "Mr. Peanut Butter has peanut butter in his name. Let's eat him."
That is,
and everybody's like, "Yeah."
So fucking smart. He does have peanut butter in his name. I mean,
deflect from yourself. You know what I mean? Like
that guy would survive Squid Game: The Challenge.
He would. Zach Braff chimes in here, guys. Maybe we don't need to eat anybody, and they're like, "What's all this?" And let's listen to the guy who doesn't want to eat me. He has interesting ideas. And so Zach Braff does what he's known for, apparently, which is giving a monologue at the end of shows.
Yeah, if somebody who has watched Scrubs could just let us know if that's accurate.
But they presumably are trying to, pull out the rug from under us because before he can even finish, Jessica Biel lights him on fire.
It's fucking crazy. It's so good.
Yeah. And everybody just kind of watches him burn to death.
Yeah.
And she goes, "The rule of man is over. Now it's time for fire." And
she has an incredible line where she goes, "The fire wants not for justice. The fire wants not for reason. The fire desires only to be fed."
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. The fire. That was really good.
And Piggy Penguin goes, "The fire's my new god." And then we cut to Orgasm Guy, and he's like, "Oh god." And that one seems like more of a tiny orgasm, if you ask me. That one wasn't as even though this seems like a pretty big shift in power. Like,
well, maybe it's because it's not a shift in power between people, but like a shift in power between ideas.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that,
or maybe
is
he's just
different.
He's just orgasmed so much in the last couple days that he's becoming desensitized to
he's
it.
fucking dry.
Yeah, yeah, he's become desensitized. Katrina's like, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Peanut Butter, but the tide has turned, and I side with the fire now." And so they tonight we dine on Zach Braff. Tomorrow, canine cuisine, and so they still want to eat Mr. Peanut Butter. And he's like, "Listen to reason this time." We cut back to Diane and Bojack, who have made a tent. And Bojack tells her the secret to being happy, which is just pretend you're happy, and eventually you'll forget you're pretending. How do you feel about that line, Sean?
I mean, it's kind of like a fake it till you make it, right? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's probably healthy, but we'll see how that one plays out for them.
Mr. Peanut Butter gets brought in this room, and he says, "Please, Diane, my sweet wife." And she goes, "What's going on?" And Bojack starts doing this Goldmember bit here, because he says, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Marvin Gaye." It's like, what is this? What is this fucking Goldmember bit you're doing?
He's very drunk.
Yes, that's true. That's true. My only hope is that the meat of Zach Braff provides lasting, but I fear by daybreak there will be no Braff meat left, says Mr. Peanut Butter. And then Diane says, "What's going on?" And he goes, "4 non-blondes." So he's like doing this Goldmember bit. So they decide to get Diane and Bojack out of this room because this is the prisoner room. And then we cut to the negotiating table of Princess Carolyn and Todd, and they go, "Well, it's been a tough week." So they've just been negotiating for weeks. Todd still doesn't have clothes on. So they've reached an agreement. The male soldiers will get to have sex with the
well, it's
with the drones.
It's the. I don't think they're male soldiers. I think they're all female.
I'm sorry, you're right. The female soldiers get to have sex with the male drones.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Says after they're done negotiating, can we get out of underground? All my favorite clouds are up there talking about. And this is, as often happens, very aggressive people tend to like Todd.
Yes.
And Queen Antonia is like, I like this one. He's got moxie and a soft thorax.
Yeah.
And she's like, how did you end up here? And he explains that there was a big fundraiser and the house fell in. And then it becomes a commentary on gentrification.
As this show often does.
Yes.
Yeah. First they move here, then taxes go up. Yeah.
And so they're like, how am I supposed to concentrate on a great orgy when I've got gentrification on my mind? We got to get these interlopers out of here. And so Todd loses his towel here, which is a little embarrassing for him. But then we're day 8, and Mr. Peanut Butter is being crucified, basically.
Yeah.
Burnt at the stake like a witch. The one thing I just noticed while I'm scrolling through this is the lobster in this scene is chanting to kill Mr. Peanut Butter, and he's got a fork and knife in his hand, and he's wearing a bib that says PB Bibbin.
Oh my God.
So he stole Mr. Peanut Butter's bib. I'm assuming that was like a Todd and Mr. Peanut Butter PB Livin' idea.
Yeah.
PB Bibbin.
PB Bibbin.
So Diane's like, we have to do something. Mr. Peanut Butter's the only good thing that's ever happened to me, and they're gonna set him on fire. What would non-drunk or non-hungover Diane do? And she goes, I don't know, I need water. And Woodchuck's like, all the water's gone. And so they go, wait, isn't there water underground? If we dig, we'll get water. And they're still like very drunk, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I like Bojack they go, let's dig. And Woodchuck's like, don't dig, it's very volatile. And he goes, silence, sky rodent, to the shovels. Jessica Biel looks absolutely unhinged right now, by the way. She's got grease all over her.
She's become an evil god.
Yep. Do you have any last words, Mr. Peanut Butter? If I could say, don't light me on fire. So then around this time, they actually hit a water main and got water. And so everybody's drinking, but it slowly... first, Pinky pushes her in the water, pushes Jessica Biel in the water because she's like, wait a minute, the fire. And Pinky's like, water's my new god now. And then again, orgasm guy, oh boy. So everybody's, splashing the water, but it's very quickly filling up the house.
Yeah.
H2O, no. And apparently that a whole day later it takes to fill up the house. Because it says day 10.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't need that day jump.
Weird.
They didn't need that day jump there. They could have just, cut to later.
Well, because especially since, it felt like the colony was, ready to go.
Right.
And then it's all right, well, let's wait a day.
I hear you at home. Mike, drop it. I get it. Okay? I get it. It's not that big a deal.
I do like the line H2O, no.
Yeah. So the ants show up and they bring the house up, and Jessica Biel yells, "No, please, I'm important down here." And then there's this the house gets put up there, and then all the walls fall down, so it's just kind of an empty plot of land. And this woman dressed like Todd and a snake woman walk by.
Yeah.
And the woman's voice is very strange. It's almost like when they had someone read the line, they didn't know what the character looked like.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, what an eyesore. The HOA will be hearing about this. But it's like this young blonde woman.
Yeah.
So it's really weird. And then everybody kind of just agrees to not talk about any of this ever again. And everybody kind of leaves and is going back to their normal lives. Katrina's like, we have a rally in Bakersfield tomorrow, and then we're touring a tennis ball facility in Modesto. And then Diane comes to Mr. Peanut Butter and says, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I don't tell you that enough. If the governor thing is really important to you. And he goes, it's not. You saw me in there. I'm a terrible leader. I don't want to be governor. I just wanted people to like me. And she goes, well, I like you. And he goes, come on, Diane, let's go home. Oh, right. And Princess Carolyn and Todd show up, and she's like, wow, thanks for the party. Wonderful evening. Everything flew by. And then Bojack also walks up, and they have kind of a Avengers moment, I'll say, where they're like, you guys hungry? I could eat. Let's get some Ethiopian. And they talk about Ethiopian food for a long time.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's also like, it's also like the first time they're all together again in a while.
Yeah, it's true.
I also like in the background of that shot, there's "Wish I Wasn't Here," ZB17,
Yeah.
Zach Braff.
Zach Braff. Oh my. And that's how the episode ends.
Yes. The first thing is the favorite animal-based joke. I didn't really have one. I don't know if you did.
They don't really like, they're kind of vague about this one, but the parrot woman saying, I just repeat other people's ideas is funny because it's like a meta joke on parrots, I guess, but they don't like completely spell it out. So I think I'm going to go with that one.
I'll probably also take that one just because I couldn't really think of any others that really struck me.
Yeah.
Diane being like, I thought it was like a beaver is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny too, yeah.
What's your favorite like joke or bit overall?
It's got to be the orgasm guy.
The orgasm guy is really fucking funny.
Yeah, I really like the even though I have some nitpicks about his idea of what a tiny orgasm is. That's the thing that when you're watching the episode, besides maybe I do like Diane's drunk speech, but I don't know that that's really like a joke. It's just kind of funny. But those are the two things that made me laugh the most in this episode.
I think my favorite like ongoing bit was Jessica Biel's obsession with fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just like, I don't know that because then it goes into my favorite quote of the episode, which is the fire wants not for justice. The fire wants not for reason. The fire desires only to be fed, which I just fucking love.
Yes. It's a very good line. My favorite is this exchange between Diane and Bojack, where Diane says, I can't go back to my old life sober. It's so empty. Bojack, okay. Here's the secret to being happy. Diane, oh, I can't wait to hear this. Bojack, just pretend you are happy and eventually you'll forget you're pretending.
Yeah, that's working really well for Bojack.
Yeah, he should be giving people life advice for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, so the next episode that we are watching is called The Judge. This one's got a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay.
Hollyhock starts dating an intern on Bojack's new show. Princess Carolyn meets Ralph's parents. Mr. Peanut Butter throws his support behind Woodchuck. So, spoilers, we've already watched this episode.
That is true.
Yep. Because we're gonna.
You'll have to wait
now.
and see what I thought of it.
Yeah. Wow. What a.
Yeah.
What a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I know, right? It's really I'm Thanos right now, sitting at the farm, like just kind of smiling, looking at my new world I've created. You know.
Yeah.
It's all me. It's all none of it's you. You know.
Yeah. No. It's not me at all.
You do all the work, but that's just you know.
It's okay. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. Sean, where can people find you?
Technically on Twitter at Sean_AFK, but really just on here and on Squid Pro Quo, because we will be doing very soon the new season of Squid Game The Challenge. Well, we've already done it at this point, yeah. Right.
At this point, you will have 2 podcasts being released a week on the Super Spaghetti Bros Podcast Network. This one and our watch-along / review of the Squid Game The Challenge Season 2. So hope you're enjoying that. Hopefully we're enjoying that. I enjoyed the first season, but I don't know.
Also, look forward to 2030 as I'm Mr. Marvel here announcing movies 5 years down the line. Look forward to 2030 when I finally convince Mike after we finish BoJack to do True Detective Season 1. So just look forward to that.
I don't know. With Fallout Season 2 coming out, I just think Fallout Boys is just
I do really like Fallout Boys. I do
Fall Out
really like
Boys
Fall Out. I like the idea of Fall Out Boys. I could be very easily convinced.
Well, and the thing about Fall Out Boys is because it's also a video game series, you know, we could talk about that too, right? So that's what's interesting. And just the name's too good.
It is. That's a good point.
I gotta figure out a way to make money on this.
I gotta find a way to make money on this.
Hey, maybe we'll start talking about the Chair Company. You know what I mean? That's a pretty good show. Have you seen that at all?
I've seen the first episode. I thought that was really good.
Very good. I've seen all three that are out right now. It's very good. It's like if they took I Think You Should Leave and made it like an actual show. This isn't the Share Company podcast, but
yeah. I'm gonna save this question for once we're done recording.
Oh wow. Really? Paywalling everybody.
I'm paywalling this question. Well, it's it's of no relevance.
All right. Well, anyway.
All right.
Thank you everybody for watching.
All right.
Actually, no. You know what'd be funny? If you ask me the question right now and then I bleep it out.
Oh, okay.
That would really fuck with people. Go ahead.
I guess, yeah. I was just gonna ask.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. Because I haven't. So that would actually make a very interesting
it is gonna
dynamic
drive people
for
nuts
Fall Out Boys season 2.
When I just blank out the question. It is gonna drive people nuts because we're being so vague. Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyway, look forward to that not happening. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, suck a dick, dumb shits.
Bye.
Thank you.